Shalom, everyone. This is Rabbi Allen, and we are going to continue our series of Yeshua in the Torah. And this week we have our special Parsha. It's a double Parsha, and it is Behar on the Mount and Bechukotai-By Me Decrees. The reading is Leviticus 25:1 through 27:34, and the corresponding Haftarah portion is from the book of Jeremiah, 16:19 through 17:4. And so let's get right into it now. The first point that I want to show and point out today in our reading is from these words that come from this Torah portion, and then we'll get on. And so Leviticus 26 verse 12 says, God says, I will walk among you and be your God, and you shall be my people. Now, look at the wording here. God says, I will walk among you. He's going to be walking among us. It's not, God doesn't say you're going to be walking with me. He doesn't say you're going to be in my kingdom walking with me. He says that I will walk among you. And you can only, from the wording, you can only, surmise that it's God walking among us on the earth. And so, to Orthodox Jews and in the Orthodox community, they would say this is unheard of. God would never do this. God would not come down and walk among us. They don't believe in the humanization of God. They don't believe that God has these attributes so much that he could be in human form. And so that's why they never even consider, and as a matter of fact, they battle against the very idea that Yeshua is God in the flesh. But God says, again, he says, I will walk among you. I will walk among you. Now, the first 22 verses of our portrait, actually, it's not the first 22, but it's within 22 verses of our Parsha this week. It deals with Shabbat on a yearly basis. It deals with the year of Jubilee, which also deals with Shabbats on a yearly basis. So here's the thing. Shabbat is not only the day of rest that we know as Saturday in our calendar. It's more than that. It's actually because Shabbat comes from the word Shavat, 7. So whenever there is a unit of 7 years, a 7-year period, God calls it a Shabbat, or years of a Shabbat period. So in our Parsha this week, it talks about the Shabbat of the 7th year. And then God talks to Israel about the year of Jubilee, which he says to count 7 Shabbats, 7 yearly Shabbats. In other words, 7 units of years, which would equal 49 years. And then he says the next year will be the year of Jubilee. And so this is how important Shabbat is to God. Well, actually also there's a really wonderful connection here that the sages of Judaism have really understood, that our world is to be, they say, a total of 7,000 year period. And so they say that the first 3,000 years, the earth had 3,000 years without Torah. And then 3,000 years of a period with Torah. And then they said, and the last 1,000-year period, which would be corresponding to the Shabbat millenniums, the Shabbat 1,000-year periods, they say, and then we have the 1,000 years of being with Messiah, or Messiah being with us. So we see that there is this wonderful understanding by the Jewish sages, although they don't talk about, Judaism doesn't really talk about it today. The ancient rabbis understood that there is this period of Shabbat, the seventh unit of 1,000 years that our world will have. And in that Shabbat period, that we will be with Messiah Yeshua on this earth. And so that's it for this week. This is tying in Yeshua in the Torah this morning, this afternoon, this evening, whenever you're watching. So I want to remind you, if you like my short videos, there's a thumbs up down. Just click on the thumbs up and get a like. You can cut and paste the address up here, and you can send it to friends, email it to friends, or if you're looking at this on your Facebook page, you can share this Facebook video with all of your friends that are friends of you on Facebook. That will be a wonderful thing. Gives them the opportunity to see this short video. If you'd like to access all the videos that I've done all throughout this year and last year, below there is a subscribe button. You can subscribe to this channel. This channel is Rabbi on the Fly. And there's also a little bell there on the bottom, and you can click that bell, and when I release one of my YouTubes, you'll get a little ding sound on your computer if you're looking at your computer at the time. People have asked me about the timing of how I do these. Usually what I do is I will release this onto YouTube late on Thursday, either afternoon or Thursday evening, and then I will post it on my Facebook page. I will post it on Friday morning. So, once again, this is Rabbi Allen, and I am bidding you shalom, shalom.